Whoa, well. This is gonna be quick, cause I just had to get this off my chest before we go live at the castle. But Charmaine girl, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, let me say this. I don't have no problem with Charmaine. Charmaine is cool. That's my people, right? We cool. We be out here getting people in their feelings and shit, right? But I think, man, I feel sorry for Will, and I try to keep my opinion about their relationship to myself between him and West Indy. But her crying episode tonight, that shit is fucked up. That shit is whack because she's crying, playing this whole victim, and she's posting all this stuff saying Charmaine this, Charmaine that. First of all, it's so many things because all right, Charmaine said it's not her, which I initially thought because anybody can play a game with a email and then use that profile pic and put the obvious name. So it's like okay, and I've never seen Charmaine's behavior go to that extent where playing with people like taking to the email. Some of us know how to get on here and keep it fun on here, and then when we log off, we get back to our regular life. And I feel like Charmaine's one of those people. She don't get real interpersonal here or none of that, right? But for her to use that, well, she's using Allie to my West Indies. She's using Allie. Hey Haitian, rude gal, ça passe. I feel like she's dead wrong. And all this is to slander her baby daddy. Right? She's crying saying she's humiliated and not protected. But she's the same woman who came out here and first of all you embarrassed him. Let's just take it back to the history, right? For a quick second. You embarrass him by even you embarrass him every day, in my opinion. You embarrass him every day as the woman carrying his child. But anyway, that's between y'all too. But you started embarrassing him when you had your little exchange with Marcus, your little intimacy exchange with Marcus. Then you try to come out here and be like, that's Marcus. But then you mentioned, while in the midst of blasting Marcus, you mentioned, oh, I was with this guy, before that. So it's like, damn, like, you slander him. Okay. He did his interview, right? After that, he didn't say much bad about you. And it's like, I feel like she tries to make it seem like she the only one that can voice her grievances or dislikes or her feelings online. But when Will does it, now she's a victim. You claim she said this word for word. Where's it at? Because I can't believe she said this. She said, I never got on this platform to make him look bad. I never said nothing bad about him ever. That's a lie. We watched you go to his house, use the bathroom, harass him that day. You did a bowel movement in front of his door. And you put it online for everybody to see. Then you doxed his job. So how are you the victim? And you out here crying tears like he did everything, like he just do everything wrong because he got on the panel last night and he tried to go defend himself is a problem. But you're saying this protect, you don't protect him. You don't protect him at all. You don't protect anything about him. You see internet. Like she talking about. Well, this is because all of a sudden she mad because Will said he's single. Why would he feel single? Just because he took you around to meet his baby moms and y'all hung out? And this is not, I don't, I know everybody's different, but motherfuckers be in their feelings too much and just can't let shit ride and be what it is without trying to stamp it as something. Just let it flow. So my thing is it my sound? Yeah, I know the sound went out. My internet. Um, is it back? Is my sound back? Is my sound back? Because I just want to make this quick. Okay. Yeah, so she gets on this as she's the ultimate victim. Oh, he don't protect me here. He humiliates me. You pulled in front of me and door. You doxed him. Recently, you just been acting like he's his soul. Now he's a narcissist because you felt like he played with your feelings. He strung you along. Now he's a user. Now he's this and now he's that. And it's like, at what point don't you feel like that? He has feelings too. And you think you can say anything you want, but when it comes to you, nobody else can say nothing. So it's like you over there boo-hoo crying over what? First of all, if he's flirtatious, you and him both been on the same page that y'all single. So how the fuck you gonna be mad at somebody that's fucking flirtatious? Like, and you making it about all these people hate me. Nobody don't hate you. Nobody don't hate that girl. But niggas call you out for your shit, and people felt like they was calling Will out for whatever shit they observe about him also. So he wanted to defend himself. And I don't understand all the fake fucking tears. That shit blows mine because you know what blows mine? Because even Marcus said this last time on the panel. Now all of this is gonna lead to I knew this was coming, but I never said it from when she started acting like, oh, she's so single and she can't go to appointments with him, she can't be around him, she can't let him do nothing for her because they're not in a relationship. This is what I mean. Your priorities instead of focusing on having a healthy relationship, having a healthy pregnancy and not being in a relationship, but having a healthy co-parenting relationship with the father of the child instead of worrying about what it is between us. You worried about him. You worried about him and you being single. And now because you can't have the relationship you want, now is he can't have access to my pregnancy. He can't have access to me at all. You blocked him. You blocked him, but you're mad about what he's doing online. And now you want to use all of this to say, oh, if he dates this person, you're not being around my child. I'm changing my child last name. That's what I'm saying. I felt so sad for Will because you got this bozo pregnant, and women who got a pattern of this behavior with different baby fathers, it was her. She's an example of that pattern, and he got himself stuck in that, and that's why I feel sorry for him because I don't like a bozo ass bitch, right? That get in her feelings and start using her child to weaponize against the father because of her feelings about the dad. Bitch, your feelings ain't got nothing to do with your child being able to have two parents care for them. That balance. But you want to make it about you. I don't like shit like that. I don't like shit like that. That shit corny. Hey Lotus, good evening, Champagne. Hi. Yeah, so she just pissed me off when she ended with that. First of all, the fake crying, the fake victimhood. Like, go ahead, because to act like you never did nothing to him on YouTube is crazy to me. Like, we all didn't see that. Like, we all didn't hear the things you said. I don't know if y'all saw his chat earlier, but he had some bots coming in there talking about, they keep going, in Will chat talking about, oh, you were fat shaming that lady and you call her no neck. They want him to apologize. And I knew me and Will, one time me and Will, CharMean was in the chat. And when This is around the time she doxed his job, like right after, not too long after that. This lady was in a chat going hard on Will, like, oh, now I'm gonna call your job. Oh, because she's another one, because you're not a woman and you're not, he's not telling you what you want to hear. He's not feeding you what you want to hear. Now you want to be angry and bitter and retaliatory and talking about, I'm gonna call your job and get you fired. Fired for what? And then so she, we told her you doing too much in the chat. So all of a sudden she called me fat, like she's skinny. And yeah, and we roasted her. And then look, it's months later. And then now she got all these bots and shit coming out talking about apologize, you calling women fat, no next to Will. And it's like, I'm not into the gender wars either. I'm not into the gender wars, but I just feel, I honestly feel sorry for Will. He got himself in a situation, yes. But with a woman like her, you got her pregnant, and it's like, oh my god, you got her pregnant. Now she's stuck on this because I talked about marriage and being together and being a family. Now she thinks that because y'all discussed and you earned and you talked about it, that that's what the goal still is. Lady, do you not understand your behaviors do push people away? No matter how much you love somebody, everybody's not going to tolerate disrespect. Everybody's not going to tolerate feel like they talking to a brick wall. Feel like they going nowhere with you, no matter how much they love you. People have self-respect about themselves too. Not everybody's going to stick in a situation that they feel is just not right for them. So you can't fault him from that for saying he loved you, but y'all talked about all of this. Yeah, but look all you did and said. Look all you did and said. And you think somebody should still marry you and be with you? All the shit you did and said? It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me. Like, it's just crazy, like how she's just really out here playing victim, and you turn to automatic bitter baby mom. And I knew this was coming because I tried to talk to him, tell like you don't have to be with a man for him to care about you and still support you and do for you while you're pregnant or when you first after you give birth. You don't have to be in a relate. You don't have to be like this, my man. No, but that's the baby's father. Y'all have a baby together. So why is now everything about the baby? You factor in about the baby depends on your relationship with Will. So now she don't want to have the last name. Now she don't want Will to have access to a baby, and that's fucked up. And Marcus called this last night. Marcus called this for the night of Ali Panel when he said that like she has a pattern of alienating her children from their dad, and that's fucked up. It is corny, and it's like she don't think it's embarrassing enough that you get on here and beg every day, right? As a man, yeah, he's supposed. I feel like there's people that feel like he's supposed to do his part and help her, but I can understand why he don't help her either. She's not responsible, and she doesn't like to compromise. Just like they had an argument, she brought out the whole argument they had on you over YouTube where he didn't want her exposing, certain pop, outfits and stuff online if they're gonna be together. And she can't respect that. She like, oh no, I'ma still do my get ready with me videos because it's my money. So it's like you don't want to compromise nothing, but he gotta compromise. So you could show off bikinis and all this skin online, knowing you got a man, but now that he's single and you feel like he's flirtatious, that's a big problem. That's a disrespect to you. Nah, she's one sided. She too selfish. I don't like that shit. When you got a baby, you can't be selfish. And I've been telling her that, like, all the shit you worried about, you shouldn't be worried about when you're pregnant. I had problems with my baby dad when I was pregnant. What I did, I packed, I just moved. What I did, I got a new place, I got a new car, and I just started over because I wasn't allowing myself to be stressed. I was just waiting for. I just wanted. My focus was having a healthy pregnancy. I didn't even care about the gender, nothing. I was like, I'm gonna have a healthy pregnancy. I'm not gonna let nobody stress me out. And it's simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yeah, she made him look bad online. That's why That's why I couldn't believe it. Her mouth, she gonna say she never did nothing. What she said, I called it word for word. I never got on this platform to make him look bad. I never said nothing about him ever. You just called the man gay the other day. You said you insinuated the man was gay. You act like he don't do much for you, that he don't care about your struggles. And just not, like I said, and let's not forget what you did. You know people who don't like him online. Like how you feel like you got haters. You know Will has the same haters too, right? And unfortunately, like I told Will, he's connected to you. So anything with her, we know of Will through her. So unfortunately, they're not branded together, but they're linked together. And that's just unfortunately that's out of their control, but that's the way it is. And you doxed the man's job, now he got haters. So you must you think you she thinks she's so innocent, it's killing me. Like, and you can use that pregnancy excuse all you want. That I'm pregnant, I'm in my feelings, and I got no. Be responsible for your feelings. Be responsible on how you express them. Right? You still have a responsibility on how you express them. Now she says she feel like she being used, and he's a narcissist. What did he use you for? You told us yourself. He was heavy into his Bible. He was talking about, maintaining order as a family unit, everything. So how he used you if he told you all these things, if he wanted order, he wanted the family, he wanted to do it the right way with this child. It's you who messed that up, who pushed that away. You turned them off. It's you who turned them off. So you expect them to keep putting up with that. The baby not here yet. You see what women don't understand is the pregnancy can cause strain between you and the man, right? Emotionally. When that baby comes, you don't know what could happen from there. Things could be fixed. Y'all can work. Y'all heads is more clearer for a common goal because the baby is actually there, not in the stomach, but actually in front of y'all faces. It feels a little different for men when there's an actual baby there instead of the woman's feelings of having a baby inside of her that's getting ready to be born. So you don't know what can happen. That's why I was telling you should just let it flow. Just be cool and cordial. What's so hard about being cool and cordial and not being in a relationship because you're pregnant about a man? So I don't know. She pissed me off with that. Like now it's you can't see your baby this and your baby not getting your last name. So it's like I ain't religious. I ain't no Christian. I ain't no Bible thumper. But according to that doctrine, it's like you just want to procreate bastards and be happy about it, right? You don't want to try to do nothing right because of your feelings. Because of your feelings. And that's why we tell people I hate people that just make decisions and move on their feelings because why? Everybody else has feelings too. So why is it you get to be so emotional based and other people know that they got to deal with the emotions, you know, they're responsible for how they deal with their emotions to make the right choices still, to make the right decisions, to say the right things. I just don't respect it. I don't respect it. And so, and it's like, with her and Charmaine, whatever, Charmaine my girl. So the whole thing is funny. And if you're in a wheelchair, y'all know it's cool. Like, ain't nobody really throwing their panties at Will. So she gotta calm down. Like, everybody's cool. Just like, girl, when you first came out here, you had a heavily large male following. You had a large male following. And this is what I don't get about people who get online. They got feelings about each other. They start getting jealous about who in each other chat. Like nobody can control who comes in a chat, what type of audience they attract. But you're a bozo for using YouTube to determine the guidelines around your soon to be your child's life and support system. And you come on and like, I feel so bad for Will, y'all. I just do. And I feel bad from when I heard she was pregnant by him. I'm like, damn, I don't know. What Will doing, bro? I don't really know him like that either. So it's like, I don't get it. I got my opinions like everybody else, but I don't dive deep into people's relationships because I know, people have a life outside of YouTube. People have personalities and behaviors and traits and everything that we don't see off of YouTube. So I don't do I don't really do too much assumptions of what I can't see or what I never saw, witnessed, or observed for myself. But she's a bozo. She's a bozo. And you could make it all about Charmaine talking. You heard her voice? Her voice quivered. Hey, Rob. Her voice quivered. She said, so you like Charmaine? So you like Charmaine? She said, she was sick. So you like Charmaine? Like, that flew her outcome and got her so sick. And it's like, girl, relax, girl. Like, now you worry about Charmaine, worry about the baby in your belly. Because if you worry about what Will said, you should also pay attention to Charmaine's feedback, girl. If you're gonna pay attention to everything, like stop being one sided, and you only being one sided because she just has this thing to villainize Will. That's how I feel. Now I talk about my feelings. I feel like yeah, you're selfish. You think because y'all spoke about certain things and it was a promises, but those wasn't promises. You didn't live up to your part. And relationship, yeah, you can love somebody, but you have to do the work too. You have to do the work to get to that point. No matter if you're single, no matter if you're just dating, no matter if you even if you when you're married. When you're married, you still have to work on yourself every day while you're married. When you're married, isn't you don't just say, okay, we finally married. It is what it is. No, you got to keep learning each other because you're both gonna keep growing, and it's gonna be changes made throughout life. So you got to learn how to keep loving each other through each stage, through each phase. It don't stop. Nothing stops. Nothing stops. Anyway, so that just really bothered me. Is like you doing this all over YouTubers with your child and weaponizing your child against Will. That's lame. That's lame. He already said he apologized and he feel like he led you on. He didn't say nothing bad about you. People feel like he actually did bad by choosing not to answer certain questions. So he didn't humiliate you. People been saying these things about you. Will didn't bring up these things about you. These are things that have been brought up about you because of you, not nobody else. So how you trying to put everything on him to handle, but when he go defend himself is a problem, and in the midst, he didn't throw you under the bus. You didn't throw you under the bus either. But you're such a victim because he sat up there. Girl, it's YouTube. You don't know people, and you talk about you want loyal subs. You don't have no loyal subs because you don't form relationships with people. You just want people to send you money. What relationships have will form with anybody as far as your subs or anybody? You just like people who say, "Oh, you need help, I'll send you help." That's all you like. That be real. And you want to throw this nigga under the bus, and that's not fair. And I hope Will, you could be flirtatious all you want, or who you want. Like you said, you single. She said she even said she's single. She blocked you. So if she blocks you and don't want to do with you right now, why is she worried about who you flirt with? Why is that? Why does that hurt her? She needs to explain why you hurt when y'all both been established. Y'all was single and you blocked him. You blocked him from accessing you, from carrying you even to appointments or whatever. You pushing the man away. And now you trying to push him out of your child life, which is not fair. It's not fair to hit on your child. I don't, yo, that shit right there, that shit got, yo, I can't be doing, y'all can't be, and it's bad enough there's men out here that don't want nothing to do with their children. And it's people like you that push them away, and these kids grow up. And you got boys. And that's why a lot of boys do grow up to hate women. Because, sometimes they'll say, oh, my mother kept me away from my dad. Sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not. And in your case, it's true. And you said to yourself, oh, I'm just not used to a man being there for me and sticking things out for me. So subconsciously, you're pushing him away because you said to yourself, you don't know how to handle a man supporting you. So don't act like it's something you want, but push it away. You got to decide what you want. If you're going to embrace it or if you're not. But be real with yourself, right? Because you can't be on this fucking this scale and tipping it every which way whenever you feel like it. You can't do that. Anyway, well, whoever signed off for that way, have another man when she got 3 kids already and 3 baby daddies, it's like that shows you what kind of man that's gonna be. Unless she really level herself up, but her priorities all messed up. And man, I don't know. You know, let her be her. I ain't here to dictate her life, her dating life, or none of that. But honestly, feel sorry for Will because that's fucked up. That's fucked up to come out here and cry like he did all this to you and like you did nothing. Like you did nothing at all. Your words, you never did anything bad to him. You never humiliated him. Like the whole like we all didn't see it. You you call the man gay, you act like he don't care about you because he's not backing up your lack of financial responsibility, like your bad decisions you make. He got, like you said, he got his own children to worry about. Unfortunately, and you can't force him to pick up a mess, especially involved with children. That's not his. And he got his own children. He got his own little starter soccer team that he got to worry about. So you selfish. You selfish because you knew he was probably trying to do the right thing, and now you trying to make him feel bad for it because you messed it up. You messed up the good thing going. You messed up the good goals you had set for each other. It wasn't him. It was you. Maybe he did, but from what I know and from what I put out here, is her. So don't act like this ain't about CharMean flying out nowhere. This ain't about Allie, how you feel, whatever you got a relationship you got with Allie. This ain't about Marcus either. It's about you. It's about you and the things you say and do. And you so corny that you came out here victim crying, and now you wanna tear baby from even having a chance to have a relationship with their dad because you're in your feelings over YouTube. Now you bogus as hell. Yeah, she called him gay. Like maybe like I don't know. We could talk. I don't know. Topic on different, but because there was a lapse of time I was in Will chat. I wasn't getting his notifications, so I just resubscribed to him. Yeah, so she act like she said, oh, he don't protect me, he don't support me. I mean, he slandered me, all this. You don't protect him either. I never seen you come out here and try to defend him. You spoke good when you felt good, when you felt like, oh yeah, we spoke about this and we spoke about that, and he wanted the other thing, but you came out here saying yourself you wasn't willing to compromise. You want to stop showing skin online when you have a man. You couldn't just do that. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do a simple request. So how you expect him to still want to marry you? You can't fulfill that simple request of his. Stop showing your ass online. You couldn't do that. Now, when you can't have access to them over the phone or however you think you had access to them before, look, you went crazy. You thought he was with another woman. You call his phone. You go to his house. You poop in front of his door. You dox his job. You do too much, but you don't do nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Well, listen, I feel sorry for you. I've been feeling sorry for you that you got that type of woman pregnant. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to fight. That's your baby. That's your baby. She already shows she doesn't make good choices as a adult woman. She doesn't make good choices as a mom. So you know what you want for your child. You know what you don't want for your child. Is this a phase for her? Maybe it's just a phase. She in the moment feelings, but her track record shows this is how she moves. So you're gonna be the villain always. Will is gonna always be the villain. She's always gonna be the damsel in distress because when things don't go her way, that's how she do. Obviously, we seen it. Even the whole thing with Marcus. Marcus felt like she wasn't a baddie. She was average, you know. And now she was upset with him, and she's so obsessed with this beauty. I don't know, everybody's subjective about their opinion. I don't care about her looks, but when I look at her either, I don't see like oh damn, beautiful, but she's not ugly. So I don't know why she's so obsessed about looks. Anyway, she's not a. It's not like she makes money off her looks. She's not a pageant queen. She's not a model. She's not nothing. Like you don't get no money for your looks. Like you're not making a lifestyle based on your looks. So why are you worried about looks? Beyond me. Um, but as far as Charmaine, girl, Charmaine, she just wants to start with you because I feel like she did her due diligence. She she want to try to throw you in there like as you harassing her because I feel like those emails are too obvious, right? And it don't align with what you say to Will in the chats and what Will said about you when he found information about you. It don't align with what was said already. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. She's gullible. She wants everybody to. She wants to feel like everybody hates her. But Will, my boy, I don't know. Charmaine ready to be number 7, but number 6 is here to give you a ride for your money, a run for your money, and I just feel sorry for you, bro. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I hope you fight for what's yours, and you just have to lay shit down how it's supposed. Because clearly she never had no man ever lay down firm with her, and that's what she needs. She needs somebody firm with her because she thinks she could do whatever she want, whenever she want, however she want, because of her feelings. But that's between y'all. But that's fucked up. This is what, as far as women doing that shit, I don't support women alienating children from their dads over their feelings. And that's that. I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Well, I see y'all in the castle. She going live soon. About 5 minutes. I'll see y'all in the castle. Thank you for everybody tapping in. I just came to vent.